Good morning, this is Lorraine, and we're going to proceed now with our third card for March, and that is this card. It's got about 7 layers, and it's a Cameo card with our Easter Blossoms girl on it. Okay, so here's our card, and going to have lots of layers and lots of things to do, so we're going to get started. You'll need some Baja Breeze that's cut 5.5 by 8.5 inches and scored at 4 1/4, and then fold it on the score line to make your card. Then you're going to need oops, I didn't put those out here, but they're right here at hand. Okay, you're going to need some rose red that's cut 4 by 5 1/4, and you're going to need a piece of pear pizzazz, sans debris, that's cut 3 by 4 1/4, a piece of pretty in pink that's cut 2 3/4 by 4, a piece of Springtime Vintage DSP that's cut 1 3/4 by 3 inches, and a piece of Bashful Blue that's cut 1 inch by 2 3/4 for all your layers. Okay, so you're also going to need a scrap of rose red that you can die cut an oval out of, and this oval is die cut from the ovals die, and the oval that we use is the biggest oval. I think you can see it, this one here. Okay, it has 3 sizes of large, medium, and small, and we use the large. Okay, so to decorate that oval, we're going to use the Easter Blossoms stamp set and the little girl that so many are using now for Cameo cards, and she's just lovely. Okay, and then we're going to stamp her with Whisper White craft ink. This is a pigment ink that allows you to do heat embossing. I'm not going to actually do it here because it just takes more time. And you'll need a heat gun. This one's not the one that I sell, but it's one I've had for aeons. But anyway, you use that to set the embossing powder, and the embossing powder that I used is basic white embossing powder. Okay, other things you might want for this project are an embossing buddy, which is a powder that you put on the oval to keep the ink from sticking, and the powder, embossing powder, from sticking to the oval. And then other things you might want to have on hand are a tray to catch the powder, and a brush to brush it off. Those are things you might want to have at hand. Okay. You can also do that just on a piece of paper, something that's going to capture your powder, so you can pour it back in the container. Alrighty, so after you've done that, whoops, did I throw the other one back? Yeah, I did throw the wrong oval back. Okay, so after you've done that, you'll end up with an image that's heat embossed in white, and that's the focus of the card. And then you can start assembling the background for her, and you'll need the pink and the DSP and the piece of Bashful Blue, and you fit that all on here so that only a strip of the pink shows. And then you're going to feed that through on your Sizzix machine, your Big Shot, with this die, this embossing folder, and this one is the square lattice. I don't know if you can see the pattern on that, but it adds a wonderful texture to things to make them look like, actually can make things look like they're done on, oh shoot, what is that stuff? The material used for cross stitching. Anyway, it can look like that kind of texture. Anyway, so after you run it through the machine, it'll look like this. It'll have some wonderful texture to it. That's the back side. You might see the texture there more, but it adds a wonderful texture. Okay. Then you're going to attach your girl to that. So it's going to cover up quite a bit of it. So it's just going to give a soft, almost fabric-y background to the oval. And then you're going to apply that to the center of your pear pizzazz piece. And then you're going to take your piece of rose red and you're going to run it through the big shot with the tulip border embossing folder. It puts a nice border around anything, okay, of tulips. Okay, so you run that through, and then it looks like this with the border, okay. Alright, so then you add this part to the middle, and then you're ready to berribbon it. You like that terminology? Okay, so to do that, you're going to need lace. I decided to do a 2-layer. We've got lots of layers going anyway, to do a layered ribbon. Okay, so you'll need a piece of Baja Breeze seam binding that's cut 5.5 inches for the banding, and these parts will go here, and also a piece of the lace, the same 5.5 inches. And then you would adhere that and wrap it around and adhere it to the back. You know the drill. Okay. Then to make the bow, you'll take 7-inch pieces of the lace, and it looks like I don't have one cut here. Oh, maybe I do it in the basket. Okay. Of the seam binding. Okay. Then you put them together. And then you form a bow shape, crisscrossing in the front. So you get something that looks kind of like this over, like that. It's crisscrossed, okay? Alright, and then you're going to take Designer Fabric Sweet Stitches brad. And this is in our Occasions mini catalog. I know this is open. Let's see here. There we go. I usually like to leave one side hooked so I get a hinge on the lid. Okay. So let me recross this. It's easier when you do this all at once. I like the lace on the outside. Okay. So here's your bow. Hold it in place. And then select a brad. There's several to choose from in here. The more peachy one with the pattern pieces on it. And this cute one here with the buttons. And then there's a green one with dots. Any of these will go with this project. So I'm going to pick this one with the zigzag and the different stitches on it. You open up the back, and then you scrunch your ribbon down in the middle, put it between the prongs, and then fold the prongs down like so. Okay, and that gives you your bow. And then you're going to attach that to the front of your card, and I don't seem to have them right here at hand, but with mini glue dots or sticky strip, whichever you prefer. Add that to the front of your card. Okay. And then you're going to attach the entire piece then to the front of your card with snail adhesive. So that went together a little quicker than I thought it might, and I hope you enjoy that card. I think it's just fun and lovely.